but ene nyame adom abefu kwan so ye wo ifidi a odi si car ne so ano problem a e wo car ne ho apart from eno no indwuma ne bebre a e wo ho e ma yen a ye ni da so se e betumi akoso aye no ochina ade be china se adwuma ne ho bi because ese bibia be friend artificial intelligence AI ena computers semti nyema bebre na esesa o man penise da bi o magana emebunu enkeche ti okwa pro no si oba obe training emebunu 1 million to learn various skills in ICT. The man brother term, your friend 1 million coders program. And then we'll say ya pahontma and also your fiancé. Ya started to check computers. Then ya edema bebuno. Because and I encourage you to break it electronic. If you tell it in a who problem or nim computer skills kakra. And we want our young people to be globally competitive. Then ya baby obiano obet me atinase. I went to Yajuma, Abwa or Mino. It's in a training, maybe 1 million. We and we've always said at the Ministry for Youth Development, we put the programs online. So the online, they need to apply, and then we screen and we take. But 1 million, it is enough to spread around. And we are limiting it to almost Omunia Jumankwa. While we're Jumankwa, or person will upgrade skills. So they did say we should always grow and learn new skills. If you implemented 1 million coders program. But now, you'll be on a study, obey me a school demo, a cushion, and then you'll be also between a cushion code in a Jumay. But I was saying, you're making sure, say, or Pebunu Biano, it will be a one in Sanwa, study, between the year Juma and what say, you're friend a dignified job, no, Masabi, when you're being so attunes you, or the Ashifin or the Abuagan and Puntio, or my penisha and say, now then, quite soon, you're far. Between a service gap now at our home. Because we bring a secondary school, or no went me uncle university, or no went me uncle nursing training, went me uncle teacher training, Bancroft near your model. Oshe data, your Ministry for Youth Development, as Bancroft and Son Dorso. So my penny the program by a friend of the National Apprenticeship Program. I movie apprentices from apprenticeship to entrepreneurship. It's the year and it's apart from their educational institutions, TVET for Obi Honoma, all the Nicosia classrooms, a dining queen. If you are okay, master craftsman, Sabi, Omuwa, you need more fit and your whole Nimejuma deda, Mason your whole Nimejuma deda, teacher, tell any deal Nimejuma deda. Yen from Wina, Omni from a master craftsman. Now, Yama, TVET, and running program, be a mom. Yen fancy your more skills. Yen just say, a Jumanom so winning no money, that program here to the Proud Knowledge Certification Program. I run more across the country through the Ministry for Youth Development under the year of the National Youth Authority. Area any selective Eastern region ye NIPA 231 master craftsmen across the 33 constituencies. Ena the chair in Mebunune Momo. Eastern region out of NIPA 10,000 and I training. The year application and NIPA nebro over 100,000. The sign call my penny hawk or and say the pouchoa numbers nedos into increase in my kakra. Am I ye 15,000 in total. Eastern region in Kwan close to 2,000 of this apprenticeship. When you about retire, because I say that the machines are coming. You train your mokeke. You say you found now you don't come out master now. You are a friend apprentice fee now can master ne bejo no. President Mahama ne na ban etia e master master no. The area in pempi no say mabuno no e kwa akosua adwuma ade ba ko a na yehu se etosini e na okwa ade chia wonko. Ubebi zanozo na me ni sika me de be faka. Because master no o train no e yon na eba be ma chop money. President Mahama said that they are kodani remu dia because of traceability studies now here and making sure say a branch of Sababa one ebesua adwuma no bewie nti ye ne say ende na o say bosumi bia no ye tua utiri sa no ye nsan ma obibi kakra o de betu botom na o de afaka na o de bekwa adwuma na o so de bibia to nsuo nti no o ma ya form ni nyina bosumi bia so no ye ma o mo de efre no allowance kakra ana stipends a o mo so ebedom ho na ye tunya amonitor nti wan kwa adwuma na ye bo apayo wa na sabio ompese ubesua adwuma no na yenim se agriculture e ya de ba kwa ebetunya aboa mabunu bebre na agric ye hu ne se ya attractive because ye nyi no Sabio, Yagazo Binque Quia, or Shake any now sharp brandy or Sabi, what could invest in a guy's on Quia on pet. Ye names mean ton a Greek, Emma Bebunun toy. It's as a ministry programs about Quan, ya launch it, your friend of attractive campaign. How do we make agriculture attractive? I bet chain Mebunu Bibriakumu. Does the whole agricultural value chain, and we never be a transformation ever, assigning decent and sustainable jobs ever. It's you are launching the friend attractive campaign. And through the National Service Authority, I am one of the model and one of the agencies under the ministry, model farms they supporting Mebuna on Besum Yukiayo. It is a assassin down here, National Service wants to say Bibri, a farm Mebunu into cooperatives, the Momons are say, not you here be a bebois. Amakia yono akosono ya hwe e de amomo na se ye we na ya hwe mebunu ne so apomuden ho a na ye feli mebunu no nti ya launch program a ye friend red means stop because enim dia nro bone ye mebunu no e wo oman ho a ye no so ye ko atia na mede ma no si no na ye do man pani ase so be ye man pani Eastern region ene Ghana mebunu wendi ya bro ohwemi a megina ha ohwemi ni afele sofosu kwache any ministers we bring back Casa Hanum, a mebunu, a nyan chefa, our my penyaba, Oba Reggie Muhanoma, and Oba Ghana, the youngest board chairman, our Ghana Hanomo, the board chairman for the National Service Authority, of Reggie Muhanoma. And now, the Director General from the National Service Authority, assigned to Reggie Omunina and Mebunu, I mean, your Mushra, this is the Believers Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, our Mebunu, Your Excellency, Yadasi, Yami, Insura.
Yo, ununyam for George Opariado, Yabada was Sibibri. And so Bobon Shebibri, so as Wafu Akasani Nano Akani Bibri, Mampini Mama, and I feel so Omwa, a Besabano, Umbesi Sudia, no much Reniama Posia, as a Yahoo. Nasunina baby paya, and won't be here as a Ghana Sikasem, a Begini. Now, Abra Yabon Tuano. Say Ghana for to Abama or Mampini Mahama. Yet it will get say Adia is no Mampini Casepa and it's a Ghana Sikasem. A Begine na Ama Ahuto Aba a Ghana for so. Listen into no or power a year the poemantum this year. Ufi is with your mind. Make us say on a name Nasebegenia, Ufi is with mine. Na ono so no ye oswafo a ohwe Ghana sikasam so abedi chiri enewie o wa ha o be chire sise yo mampani Mahama aye ne Ghana sikasam eho a ene no ama enema egina sane eche no no ma ye monsem ma ononyamfo Thomas Nyako ampem.
Let us say Felix, Your Excellency President Mahama, Nananom and the Eastern region abusuafo a yenyina ahyia ha sɛ yɛba ne abetie ɔmampanyin Mahama nkontabu a wafi ase sɛ ɔderema Ghanafo ma ɛho yɛn papa no asɔfo imams ɛne schoolfo ne yɛnyina a yɛahyia ha fi nra ani gyesɛm yɛnsa ka ɔmampanyin ɛwɔ ha yɛne no efi ase ɛkɔ Jackson's Park ɛkɔdi May Day celebration no. Na bra okasa mbi na meti n'echi meti ye kese ebi se okasa no obo binary engineers abasopa se oja ehye ho ahoden ani nimdeɛ a wode ema ene yetimi asokane ano na eye ni so very key because President Mahama, they are all my constituents, and I'm very proud of them for what they have done. Na adofodom, President Mahama swear in my boss, Dr. Ato Forsen, Oka Assembly, also Ghanaians expect you to stabilize the city and bring down inflation. If you say, Ansana President Mahama, beba munina namu o mangana ha. Who say inflation cost could do 54%. Bra will take you over. That inflation was 23.8%. And net yet say it's an in Shisha pa any direction of President Mahama Demanti, inflation up to 3.2%. Before 2025, Sawoko market, Sawoko to a mo bottle bako. Now, no say 500 cities. Now, Bribinti went to me and talk. Now, say me kwaba abeto ochina, adebeche obeko na price no ebi abetaho. And now we have been able to stabilize prices. Inflation reduced. So, in fact, because of exchange rate, I know so Ghana sika ahoden abemunti, ama prices grab afem. Oko market, yenina ko market bako. Munim senia na niema bote den. Ene senia ne niema ebo aye. Yenina chre inyuma pa omampenyin Mahama. Ene nasuafo eriye de aboa omangana. Na nananom ene adofodom. Afibia se yeri May Day celebration na. Ubehun se na workers eto something na ukra placards. Na watro near maybe also. And Rami who adibi na metre mo de mon share in Troya na watro na mon fan compared 2 years ago in Troya no watro and no nyina be dia dance say afi o mangana ayeye far better than it was 2 years ago. One of the inscriptions na NIB Ejumayefo National Investment Bank. Now, one placard no back read, Mr. President, thank you for saving our jobs. Now, Orika for one reason, President Mahama by also midday, main share my bank biya and collapse under my watch. And so, for the last 1 year, our President Mahama by, we have spent almost 3 billion cedis to recapitalize our banks. We have recapitalized NIB. We have recapitalized ADB. We have recapitalized CBG. And nunti na NIB ni nyumayefu bebre eka say, Mr. President, thank you for saving our jobs. This is in sharp contrast from what we saw many years ago. We spent about 10 times that amount rather to collapse banks. And you say, under his watch, no single bank will collapse. And we are committed to make sure that happens. Apart from
institution, company, enya mfaswa, wotimi e plow back, now wotimi a expande, now and no nedi inyuma ebeba. America because apart from all the good things, you know, I saw some inscriptions and then even the message from TUC, trade unions, Okasamafwa, Okasaino, Obo aban abasuye no oka unemployment asam na unemployment eye ade a aban we ade sinani so say ye beye bribiara to make sure that we create decent jobs for our people. President Mahama responded by telling him say over this period was finance minister say on my financial clearance na yen security agencies over the next 2-3 years. One for additional 40,000 for ensure security agencies. You know. Nurses, teachers, and so yama additional financial clearance. In fact, you buy na nurses any teacher for the brave. What for one out? Watch rade for almost a year. Not yentia wonka. If you say one for one and 2 payroll, so they were the first people we handled. Emma on financial clearance. Started to yawn and ne arrears are accumulating in yefiase year over 3-4 months period. Send your bear once one who better one. Enti adofonom wama me 5 minutes per intimen kasabe brain. Near many dia dance say aban sikasam into toeno ako enim. Minister for local regional minister kasa okay say aban ayen shishe say common fund no 80% anchor directly to the MMDAs. Now one fanye juma enye enonko. Aside that, there is another significant difference in what is happening today. It is not just about the Pantuma Eriko, but we are releasing them timely. Masikano Echo into Oko and me say Monko every district assembly. every assembly. Mubeu say in Numa MMDCs every year, 1 year within the first 1 year of President Mahama, more than what they did in the last 8 years. If he said we are releasing the funds, and for the first time, national health insurance, and then what was egu national health insurance as we are worry chance health institutions the claims ebeba can't it know what the claims echo na sika ni ho a what the betu ya wonka and na sika no gu ho and na worry chance obi hospitals clinics any ade the claims ebeba abeje sika no get fund and then one sa eka won sika na what the ebi etua free secondary education nananom for 1 year, Martin said, Charles, I threaten strike, say, Sika Niwa, what my secondary school, Sinti, will close down school, and that one Saka Sikano, now with me at the Numa. There is always a time lag between when an economic policy is implemented and when the effect of the policy is felt in the economy. Enti, FA na yefiase erihu, the insunsanso of all the good policies our President Mahama aderiva. Now, me say 1 year from now, munyina mubeye adansi difo. Yamin shira munyina.
Yo, ononyam for Thomas Nyakwamtum. Yebede wase bebre. Sikasem etuto ye no na yakwan so ye. Ananom be dia adansi se empem bebre se eye awanyofo eba mo naso a ade a edimu akotene a mo de to omanum ene makwan omampani mama otie na sopam eno nti no oye hyehyɛ se yebeye Ghana akwan yi na oswafo a wapa no se onhwe Ghana akwan so ene ononyamfo Kwame province Abuja a ene no odi enimu a Ghana akwan eye yi mo ma yenti na no bisa
Minister Felix Midasi, Your Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, our senior brother, senior colleague, Honorable Chief of Staff, colleague members of Parliament, colleague ministers of state, all heads of government institutions here. Nananum, we are very happy here. I just have a short message for you on President Mahama's reset roads. It is true that everywhere we've been during the campaign, and I was with the president on few occasions, the concerns of the people was about the roads leading to their hospitals, to their towns, to their schools, to their tourism places, and everywhere. And the president made a commitment that when elected, he will make sure that he will be the president that reset our road sector. Indeed, as we speak today, he's already started work on the road sector. One of the easiest things you see when government change in our country historically is to see project being abandoned. And then they abandon it. President Mahama directed that no road project should be suspended or cancelled under his regime. And as we speak today, no road project has been suspended. 2, even if the projects are not cancelled or suspended, what you see is that the contractors never get paid. Indeed, what you see with the Cocoa Board road program collapsing was simply because of the policy decision taken in 2017 by the previous government to say that all Cocoa road projects suspended and gone through a so-called investigation. By the time they finished, almost all the projects went bad. To the contrary, the reset President Mahama did the opposite. As of now, President Mahama has paid over 12 billion Ghana cedi to contract he's inherited. Not one cedi of those amounts was project he has awarded. So if a president actually came and actually paid 12 billion cedi for project he's inherited, that is a reset president. That is a different kind of leadership we are talking about. And I want to just take the opportunity, as my sister, the regional minister was speaking. There are many projects that are in this region. We want to thank all those contractors that hit to the appeal of the president to continue working. Indeed, we inherited debt, that is works done, not paid for, close to 40 billion if you were to add, in some cases, interest on delayed payment. Paying 12 billion is actually the largest ever payment within a period of time by any government to road contractors. So yes, we know we owe a little more to contractors, but keep faith with the state. Keep working. Don't just abandon that road leading to that community. That road is the lifeline to many people. So we want to commend all those contractors that keep working. We know you. We know where you are working. And we will prioritize paying you. And to those who actually took the job and have decided not to work, we know you also. Don't even bother to come to say that you want a new job, because when you do well, you deserve a better thing. So we want to thank those. With Big Push, Your Excellency, we have 4 Big Push projects in this region. Your Excellency have decided to put the biggest Big Push project in the Eastern region. As a matter of fact, the Echiamanfo Bridge is the largest Big Push project in the country. And it's a bridge about 3 kilometers. We say, people think we are building bridge. We're actually building a whole economic enclave. Everybody knows the enclave within which the Adalso Bridge is. When that bridge is completed, everybody knows what that means for Ghana's agro-processing and job creation. And as I speak, Your Excellency, the contractors are on site doing geotechnical and soil tests and everything. So that project has already commenced. But unlike others, we don't take the president to site to cut sword when we don't see physical work commence. That is why we haven't gone to do sword cutting. But it doesn't mean that the project is not ongoing. The contractors are already there doing soil investigation and other things. And we want to also thank the contractors working on other Big Push projects in the region. Some of them are actually the most advanced. And I must thank, I don't know what you do to your contractors, almost all the Big Push contractors are ahead of schedule in the Eastern region. Unlike other regions that they are behind schedule, Eastern region, you take care of your contractors. Many of your contractors are ahead of schedule. The president has also directed that there are a number of key roads that should be on this urgent priority list. We are already preparing them ready for the phase 2 of the Big Push project. So I know that I have spoken to colleague members of parliament, Nananum and others, to take care of those. So don't worry, help is on the way with the additional key projects in the region that needed similar urgent attention, and we are going to be working on those. So I want to say that President Mahama's attention on Eastern region in terms of road is quite clear, and everybody will see, as my brother said, by the end of 2027, I expect that some of the Big Push projects should be completed. Probably even this year we can complete one of them, and which is 1 year ahead of schedule, without compromising on quality, without compromising on price. All these projects are supposed to be done within the contract period, and we want to thank you for all that you do. And then we want to encourage everybody, when the contractors are working in your communities, please don't leave them. Take your cameras there. Take your phones there. Of course, if you are not a civil engineer, don't say that the way they are mixing the concrete, because I've had videos and comments sent to me that I think you should have added 5 more bags of cement. But what you saw was less than that. That one is too technical for you. But when you see people walking away with cement from the site to other places, when you see people who are supposed to, contractors who are supposed to compact well, they didn't compact and they are trying to seal, by all means draw our attention. It is not nuisance. We want your money to be spent on something that lasts. President Mahama doesn't want to own any road project that fails in 6 months. And indeed, we have seen even asphalted road fail in 6 months, not under our watch. We will not allow any road contractor to take public funds and do road that will fail in 6 months. And that is the commitment, that is the reset we want to bring. I want to thank you very much and say that President Mahama's road reset is on course. We are happy to see or to hear from you all that you think we can do to make sure that his dream, his vision for the road sector in Eastern region comes to fruition, to make sure that Eastern region gets its fair share of the road agenda. We are ready to listen to you. Thank you very much for everything.
And so we've been working around the exporting power to Togo. Until those prolonged periods of load shedding, I, a friend of Dumsono, under His Excellency President Mahama, would work very hard to ensure, say, Yensan and Kohobium. Now what you are here, a detailed timetable for transformer replacement and upgrade exercise. Last week, 140 you're publishing in Now what you are here, 300 you're publishing in You're 2 million now you're Tracy. Until the list nina about Betuja. KOFORIDUA area bia transformer upgrade na enkane energy na no ye de Betuja. Ye wiesu a ye de Betuja. Na wo echiye no wakohwe no anwo se dwumadi a ye di no eye nokre ana enye nokre. Because His Excellency Mahama e de atom anim se ginapo di nokre. Se challenges ba gitumo. Men kan kire Ghana for say eyedum si esi enti na challenges na ba. Yenya challenge, we admitted it, dealt with it, and resolved it comprehensively. Na meda Ghana for say, and na kakra ko me yenya san ho kire yi. Mumu bebre efreye. Emma ye enkranhye say yebetimi aye. Nyamencha de so yetimi aye. And so on behalf of His Excellency the President, on behalf of the people of Ghana, let me say a big thank you to the staff of VRA and GRIDCO for the job you've done. You deserve commendation. What you've achieved is unparalleled, and we have absolute confidence in you. Na yeshemobo say yenwie you made na yedino edayanim ye install over 2,500 transformers. And let me put on record, these are not transformers that we inherited. I've heard some misinformation going on. A transformer, His Excellency President Mahama, any honorable atofosun, etusika, ama yakoto, fufro, ayedi, eba beshe, enyinamunkanianim. And so on this note, let me thank the people of Ghana. Let me thank His Excellency for his leadership. And let me assure the people of Ghana that your energy situation is stable. Enyinamunkaniano, ejina so pimpe, medamasibe bread.
Yada wasi bebre oswafo a ohwe enyama wode nso epoye mantem so afo and I face a some swap for a bit at the Atuga. Say, impuntuo mapa. Aba, Panya, a buying fast with this car, and money a year, mensely, and I'm cronketwa. Na, and some Kayabe Wawa, I was here the Tuga. Na, you and she shall do I also and insurance so pa, if we saw the Shenumaba. And into no a year or swafwa, or share mensely in cronketwa membo, any ahensem, any yamisam some and some so. Ononyam for Ahmed Ibrahim ewa but this are in Kuntabuno Ebre Mama Yemfa in Sembokasie in Siano.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana and our revered, blessed Continental Vice President, unopposed to be Africa's Continental President 2027. Our hardworking and highly blessed Chief of Staff, who is so disciplined that within 14, 16 months, no minister is involved in the scandal because he is coaching us. Colleagues, ministers of states and senior government officials, the President of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Nenisakite Asare, the Vice President of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, our revered members of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, and Queen Mothers, lovely former chairman of the National Democratic Congress is here, Honorable Ofusampofo. Our only mother, whom we cherish, member of the Council of State, colleague members of Parliament and ministers of state, hard-working MMDCs who have delivered the 826 project that my sister has mentioned. Mr. President, I don't have too much time today, but let me single out your appointee in the Eastern region, my sister, the Eastern Regional Minister. When you assumed office and gave us the mandate, every target that you gave us, she always finished before time. Even in the award of the 24-hour economy, some regional ministers who are male have not even finished, but she has finished on time. And she always moves with a team of the regional chairman, regional executives, MMDCs, and I think we have something to learn from her. Mr. President, this morning, collecting being mentioned is not just mentioning. People are not just saying it. We were in this country when Engineer Kennedy Japan told us that the MPP have taught Ghanaians how not to rule a country. But President Mahama, you have taught Ghanaians how to rule a country. So if I say that this, your blueprint, must be recorded and sent to Political Science Department to teach Ghanaians, both MPP and NDC, how we want Ghana to be ruled and how we can build Ghana together. That is what I mean. It is for that reason that all the 54 presidents of Africa met and made you the first vice president of Africa. And unanimously agreed that next year they will make you the president of Africa. In fact, Ghana, we are blessed. And Mr. President, not only that, as I speak to you, only day before yesterday, I was there and I was told that one of us had been made the second deputy president, vice president of African Parliament. And our speaker, in this time, our speaker is the president of the whole African speakers. So your reign is making Ghana the toast of the world. And Mr. President, we are blessed to have you. On that note, I did my accountability in the Jubilee House last week, and I brought out the records. Mr. President, I'm so happy that with all the 826 projects that my sister has mentioned, not only here, if you come to the Eastern region, every district or all the 33 districts, be it the Akwamus block, the Achin block, the Kowus block, the Krobus block, the KOFORIDUA, everywhere, every district is benefiting the 24-hour economy market. And in all the 261 districts, every district is benefiting the 24-hour economy market. Mr. President, not only that, we've drilled, every district is drilling not less than 10 boreholes in 261 districts, not less than 2 chip compounds in 221 districts, not less than 3 classrooms in 221 districts. If I want to mention this, time will not permit me. But finally, Mr. President, in 8 years, the MPP released 17 billion for this Assembly Common Fund. In 1 year, I mean direct release, in 1 year, Mr. President, you release 5 billion. In 1 year, in 7 years, 8 years, they released 1.1 billion for District Development Fund, which is DPAT. In 1 year, you release 738 million, close to their 8 years. So when you check and do the comparison, what you have done in 1 year far outweigh what they did in 4 years. And far is almost closer to what they did in 8 years. So that is why I said this must be written so that future leaders will be taught. How is it happening? I've been in Parliament for 18 years. Parliament was only reduced to signing loans, approval of loans. My brother Kwame Agboja and George Napo will be here, and they will spy me out. We were in Parliament in 2017 when we were told that if we didn't approve the 3 billion sovereign loan, Eurobond, Ghana was going to collapse. Mr. President, you are being in power. Not even a single Eurobond. But look at the projects. Look at the big project. Look at the power project. Look at everywhere. In February 20th, Mr. President, in fact, Mr. President, listen to this. In February 2024, Kwame Agboja, the chief whip, we were all whipped to Accra that if Parliament of Ghana didn't approve $30 million, 30 million, Ghana was going to collapse. We were recalled to do that. Led by Atufosin, Kwame Agboja, then Amabua, we said, then Ghana should collapse. That's for 30 million. We are not going to approve it. Justify how you have used all the loans you have taken. We didn't approve it. But Mr. President, from that February 2024 to December, we didn't approve any loan. Then when you came, the same conditions, the same Ghana. So what people are saying is, na Mahama kura onya sikanu wohin. Everywhere, construction left, construction back, construction front, construction right. Where is Mahama getting the money to do this work? Mr. President, it is the same Ghana. It is the same Ghana, the same constitution, the same law. We haven't changed anything. The same parliament. The only thing that was changed is President Mahama in the front seat. Mr. President, with this, time is not on our side. I thank Nananum, and I thank you, and I value you, and I cherish you, that you know all this. And that is why last month, Mr. President, the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs came to the Jubilee House to thank you and to thank God for the good things you are doing for this country. May God bless us all.
Yo, ono for Ahmed Ibrahim. The better was baby. Yo, Yadamase. Baby, I agree. Sananum, Enya Butre, Etie, and some Kanya, Akoso. Enche, the Befre, or Mampenina, or no Sudan, Bissama Betuja. Now, Ansan or Bebano, the Bema Quenya, Amananum so Eddie, or Manudisam Atuja. Na Nananum Dodona, Newaha, and Nunti, Omako Benkrum, Apau, a year, da Sebre, Equamwa, Edapon, Tosumiunu, a year Kuwini. Say onfa omanu disem entuja da sebe akwenya da ho da sebe
microphone up to the next one.
Ansa na mede manu die ebetu dwa no ensem kakra bi am pese me kan se ananom se menkanche Pablo se enya himfie na abayo ne ko ye emo mu bisa ne se oye de o se ye entrepreneur no na obi fofo no kan na hu se ne Honorable Jinapo, Abejina Obu Bena. Not Musen, who's washing the papa. Nesanka Mekachi, Senya, Bia Canonaso, Mebano. I am Funi Besima soon. Sen Kamenkabo for mom. Honorable fellows, put the betchemi. Isn't a babble for. Who news file a yabo for can a muye to boy and tiasi. And in the protocols no my established the dano. I'm the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, the answer to that. Now, Tsunami himself, Sanka, Yaya Kanya Diansana Mumakasa. As I said, Dudwana Yabekano, Modican Yano. Now, so Yaka, Senya Mugon Sen and Namonsun Yamoyano, Yenidiachi. And I feel soon on my peninsula Becassa. And also never manakai, say or bayano, and I'm so kind. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, on behalf of Nananom, the chiefs and people of the Eastern region, you are most welcome to the great region. And the temporary absence of the President of this House falls on me as the vice to receive you today. Your Excellency, we commend you and your government, the clarity of vision and the steady hand with which you have steered this nation in so short a time. And this has not gone unnoticed by those of us who watch, who listen, and who care deeply about the direction of Ghana. Indeed, leadership is not noise. It is clarity, direction, and results. On that score, Your Excellency, you have shown steadiness. The relative stability of the cedi against the dollar in these deeply uncertain global times is no small feat. It did not happen by accident. It signals discipline. And none are pleased, and I dare say the people of this region and this nation are grateful. Mr. President, we applaud the government's big push road agenda, a bold, visionary, and necessary intervention for a nation determined to connect itself, industrialize, and grow. It is brilliant in conception, and we believe it will be transformative in execution. We ask only this, and we ask it plainly. In fact, I'm not supposed to be part, but once I'm speaking for the region, because Afam Plains with a bridge, our roads cry out for strengthening. And our people, our roads cry out for attention. Our industries await investments. When I say invest, more investments. Our infrastructure needs more strengthening, which I know you started already. And our people, the hardworking, enterprising men and women of this region, are more than ready. We must not be overlooked, and we must not be left behind. Your Excellency, Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak about a matter which is very close to my heart as a poultry farmer. I speak not from theory, but from personal experience when I say that the Nkuko Nkiti program is inspired, and I hope my brother Pablo will visit Odeniho's farm. It is a brilliant concept that speaks directly to the dignity of rural enterprise and the livelihoods of our people at the grassroots. I implore Your Excellency and the Agric Ministry to extend a special package to Nananom and our chiefs, who command respect, the land, and the trust of communities across every corner of this region. Empower them to establish model farms. Give them tools and the support, and they will carry this program
senior government officials, security agencies, the people of Eastern Region, and especially my children up there, the students. You are looking very beautiful in your uniforms, yeah? And this is the Resetting Ghana tour. It's an accountability series to inform the people of Ghana who gave us a mandate and put their trust in us, what work we have done over the last 1 year for them. And so a cross-section of the people from every region is invited to attend. And of course, our students are a very important part of our society, and that's why they are here today. Thank you very much. The ministers have spoken, and they've touched on almost everything. So I just put a little emphasis on a few things just to fill in some gaps. But I want to congratulate our Honorable Regional Minister. Minister, Yabo Abaso, Senior Minister Kaino, Wejuma Soini, and Kososa, why? One says, Senior Local Government Minister Ekayano. Abra Yaba Abemu. Are there a friend of decentralization? Now a sound done centralization. Decentralization, a free rollings, a mreso. You did district assemblies common fund, a buyer. Now, District Assembly's Common Fund, no. Yes, say, district bia omo ankasa, omo hwe omo nyoma so. Na enkoba se, yen betra, aban betra Accra, na achre se, yenkoye we wo ha, yenkoye we wo ha, yenkoye we wo ha. Na bra e de 1992 Constitution by no. Ene de sika ebeboa this decentralization no, e de no so be kan ho. Any District Assembly's Common Fund concept. And in 1992 Constitution at the buy. Now here Constitution now, you say between 5% and 8% of government revenue must be transferred to the district. It means buying 100 billion. Between 5 and 8% of 100 billion no. I'll see at the assemblies no. Na omo ankasa empuntu ompese omode ye bia na omode ye. And so abra NDC wo ho ma ban dada Professor Meka said my former incarnation as president. Abra mi be fi akonya no so na sika ye de ma district assemblies no 7.5%. Interest na ka 5%, na 8% ceiling no, na HSA you drew 8% ceiling no. Na enfomso a abanfo fra ebeje ye and say 7.5% of total revenue. Omo beje ye no, na omo te so ba 5%, the lower floor instead of 7.5%, you know. The constitution say 5 to 8%. In terms of ye the 5% and ebeko. Na to make matters worse, 5%, you know, almost the BBR, your friend, no, alignment, capping and alignment. It say statutory fund, BR to say road fund, District Assembly's Common Fund, GET fund, National Health Insurance Levy, the BR statutory fund, BR. Almost set a cap. And Tisika, a beba sa, a photonum, say a bro amount, BR. Niakenina, was say call a into the consolidated fund. And apart from the fact, say almost about 5%, you know. I feel 5%, no put now omunya that full 5%. Now muntiha. The worst part they say after saying na esi ye no. Kakra aka no. Anka fa no koi na omu fanye adwuma. And also omo de tra Accra District Assembly's Common Fund office. Ena niakano instead of 100% of niakano enkono. Assemblies no munya as low as 42% of sika akano. Entinana akufado DCs your bomb so when your mom na sika ne ma. Eche say aban no agi sika ni nyina won kran. Ena omo ena be kire say ko nana kwafo prom nakosi jina bia oha nakosi classroom oha nakosi say into district chief executives nankasa no munya hwe sika ne ba no mu de twetwea enyomo ehia salaries ne ade na sika na sa enti me hwe sa no me bae me say no 5% ye ya to ho say ye de be ye empunto e wo district decentralization year campaign 2024 because say yenja edwuma bia ento ho bibia yebeto ye bia yebeto aso ne awie nti saa 20% na yama district assemblies no say ebia na omusi chips compound abra abandada wo ho eche say edru bibia omuntimi awie no eho enom be yiska ato aso nti o hwa abandoned projects ni nyina yebeto ye no ya sate ye eche say nipa enya ho faso enti eno eya sema ewo ho o hwe nia yenua deputy minister of finance ekan no enra edwumayefo ebedi o mafahye ewo KOFORIDUA ha na theme of omweyi and say pivoting from stability to growth and jobs na obeka say omune finance minister na betra ho enomuhu say sa na wo say omude omutim because sa ne enso ye de ato ya adwum say ye ba ye se ne ayesika sem no esi atete no apansan no nia ewo say ehia say ye ene say ye ma etodin na yesika sem engina enti afia etwam nyina bibia ye bia ene say ye de stability ebeba economy no na ohwe edwumaden a ministry of finance ene ye minister fo nyina eye nyame encha de 2025 eba na wie na eche say stability aba yesika sem mu pa eka ye de ni etua amana ba fom IMF catch say by 2028 it was say your debt to GDP every 67% eba 48%. By the end of 2025 near the debt to GDP no every 67% no yeah they about 25%. And the idea almost in 2028 and to see you know your money drips your money muja your money duani pedi here ena ono ankasa sorry kokon ne kun ena dollar de ne hwe ho pound de ne hwe ho euro de ne hwe ho sorry. Did I make her 25%? May say debt to GDP no about 45% by end of 2025. You and see no beyond for me say about 25%. 45%. Almost say Yemfamra 48% by end of 2028. And so by end of 2025, now yeah they're above 45%, 4 years ahead of schedule. Enti yaya say you know the next challenge and it say yebema the economy ne enyi na yetimenya sika kese na ede ahye enjuma mu se ne be ya yemabu no benya ejuma ye. So now that we've stabilized the economy, the next object away in him say yebe invest in those parts of the economy a be bie enjuma. So we're moving from stability, like I said yesterday, to opportunity. From stability to job creation, from stability to growth. And see, Botaya yedisi enim a year the next a year I was here no. And see, me announce here finance ministry omo ye hu your new economy policy document a year deba. The backup cabinet near their parliament. Now no. Yeah, the 1% of GDP every year, 1% of GDP. Yeah, the best share in the sectors are intimidate in Yumaba. You know, to say agriculture, agribusiness, textiles industry, cotton growing, any digital innovation, Bibia, intimidate and Yumaba. We're going to use 1% of GDP to invest there. Now, the Beji economy, no, our economy was about $87 billion. we were then in number 11 in the world. Now, we share the end of year numbers, actual numbers, no. But it is estimated, say, the economy, no, it has grown from that $87 billion to $114 billion. I just say, you fee number 11 in Africa to number 8 in Africa in terms of size of GDP. It is the 1% of such GDP at the share in Jumamwa, Senebeya, Mabnubenya, Jumaya. I'm sure that we can make a breakthrough. Now, I know now, Honorable Ahmed Khan, Obi say, na, say sika o Ghana eni enim. Ehi na Mahama nye sika o de yesa anwuma nyina. Nwagwa say. If he say, enjume ayeye nyina 24-hour market si ayesi. Akwan aye 2,000 kilometers of roads at the same time. 2,000 kilometers of roads at the same time. Ejuma ekoso ewo Ghana henyina a contracted the certificate ba yetuanaka. A senior road minister kan contracts are no more year abandada eko no. Yantwe bia ngu yesi obi anto asonye na ejuma wo certificate afabra ebetua oka. Enti eno so ye etua. A man from bridge over Front Plains, yeah, the AMA contract. The longest bridge, I'm sure in West Africa, because 3.2 kilometers long. Nanina yen konko jibusian wo bibia ye Ghana sike ya ya Ghana sike ya ene de. It is a usha efi January ayebae bibia ya yibia yenko amanone enkoje Eurobond and as international capital market. The only institutions MIASICA, any African Development Bank, any IMF because of program ayewum. And so young kasi enko kase Eurobond they koche 3 billion at their to Ghana to also. Now yabe yebibi with that money. We're not doing that. Na medical krabeka minua ketwa energy and green transitions oka ni esi wa kosombo na enra mebo yenu anuma omu ejuma obiare ni gridco mebo ma basofa if you say okohwe ejuma omu ye anka bebi na sa asem isi ye anka omu de abrofo engineers be free amanone abeso ano ama omu enso esi ye no ya ye engineers ye nuanom Ghana for a BB4 Broni Bakumpo enka ho Unhu enumfite bia wo ho Broni bia enka ho ya ye engineers na ne e fe ne se ebi ye mabunu bebre so eye ma meko hu e ma wo ho a omo so omo she tokro no mu a omo twe cable no I'm saying back when we try about social media so. Or a service oye SHS university in Che, oye university in Che, and they don't post a call VRE, Gridco, Sanko ye Juma home. Or Saturday Juma or Gridco, we did by 4 months back. And I also account I no more cable no. Within 2 days, not 3 units asaba. By the 4th, 5th day, not 4th unit, about 5th unit. Me wa hono na 4 units ye juma no mo ye juma on the 5th unit and no mka chem say president e bi answer na obefi ha na unit number 5 are starting ampanso man ko dru nkran me fi ho man ko dru nkran and na friend me say oh unit number 5 ye twaje atum na najwa and na jina po friend me o say unit number 6 so eja bam and so I was say yes to the future. And yet the Yentsnase Emma Assembly in Siansa. Oshe Ghana send the economy in Sikono. Ama your consumption air costro. you buy na consumption in number 3,500 megawatts. And then we know say your consumption at peak it drew 4,300 megawatts. If we say more investment about room, into the demand for electricity is increasing. Into I was say generation be account. Send a redundancy, near brofo friend redundancy. Apart from that, say ye ne donso. Now ye di because ye be say jumano near the 1,200 megawatts account because ye buy no. Na abaya efi akunya so koye no omo ne omo a omo 2 franc ni na omo ne omo akon I just say ebinu mpo omo apake omo ne omo efi Ghana akotra Cote d'Ivoire enti ye bae ene ese de bi ya nkasa ye ntimi nye ye nyi efidi a ye de ko epomu edrele ko form eko 2 franc no ba enti gise we mo be boye na ye timi ye enti eja after January, February, Busano, you to find echo abrochebe 3 times. And eja, me ko kro mo kakra mi so enye hwe aban foforo aba. Enti mu de BBAC bia munja manenka. Me se BBAC bia mo manenka. Enti mu de mo mra ne enkasa. And I'm catching ministers no me say eda hom bedru ho. Mudia mo fan mo mra Jubilee House ena eja omo baaye obeka se ahemfo kese te se mo na aba ye je omo awa tu ye red carpet wo carpet ye de se form ye nante so omo baaye na eje omo awa tu ena ne omo kasai ena nte ase ye adwuma make us say ye ne omo assign Jubilee Partners omo de $2 billion be share omo adwuma no mu no the more gas are bringing. Into a second gas plant, Temunim a trouble gas processing plant. Gas a bebano, a door so chain capacity of a trouble gas processing plant. Into near friend GPP2, gas processing plant 2. Send a extra gas no, you bit me afa. Near far extra gas no sir. I was say your supply ma electricity companies mo, normally electricity. Now, we share electricity generators a we use gas. Gas so far a fee hoaba, yani ENI so assigning almost the 1.5 billion ebeshim, normal the more gas aba. Into gas no bed also a chain, yeah, existing plants. Into I say yes, yeah, another plant a bit me just extra gas no. Now yes sir, yeah the car yeah existing generating availability so we will go almost over 6,000 megawatts. Say, for the next 10-15 years, say yanye plant biya and still will have enough electricity for Ghana. I feel so. Oshe health sector. Unfortunately, your health minister niha. But the last resetting agenda, Okasa fine. And your mom, you know, for Abeka home, and Ghana Medical Trust Fund, your friend Mahama cares, and free primary health care, and also a Wukta health insurance card. Want to mean far and sound who are here. And the ocean soa, you're on your friend of non-communicable diseases. I mean, can I say, you're to say stroke, heart attack, breast cancer. Cervical cancer, kidney failure. Now, share your memoir increasingly no, and no any kum nipa a chain bibia. See a case morbidity, our brofocas more. I just say, and your ma a kum nipa ewo crubia so chain bibia. Enti sa non-communicable diseases no, a kum Ghana for 42% per annum. O share nipa ebewu the whole year. Omumu 42% sa yare no nebekumu na se ni aka no ebi ye malaria ebi ye HIV AIDS ebi ye typhoid ebi ye bibi foforo enti it is the single largest killer of Ghanaians and so na ye ni bibia etimeboa omo ewo sa yare no se ombetimi enya yarisa. Into Mahama Care no is taking care of that. But apart from that, say pesi enya 100% universal health coverage. Now it was say yedi free primary health care in Suba. Then the last rural area, a free CHIPS compound, polyclinic, health center. Yede and Shishebiba, Senebeya, yet bit me richie or more remote areas near the other. Me and share hospital a cassia, a fair ewo, a group. Into Uber Regional Hospital, I say, oh, yeah, hospital. De and Shishebiba, Senebeya, yet bit me richie or more remote areas near the other. Me and share hospital as a cassia, a fair ewo, a group. Into Uber Regional Hospital, I say, oh, yeah, hospital, almost a hospital. And so in crossing, they also need the health care. And the idea of CHIPS compounds a buyer. But CHIPS compounds, okay, yeah, launching. You're both curative and preventive. Now, preventive part, and health volunteers and nurses. Ya found ya mom fidie here be almost scans into say bibi hawa na oba CHIPS compound ha almost scanner betimi ahwe bibi how say bibi a was omo de district hospital na ya transfer ho. Apart from that ombeye outreach health screening na yesremo nananu mumfa mo hunjim if say all your kingdoms health volunteers no omo days omo beba no mo de omo fidie esi dua bi ase ana school no omo abo hundoro say ya be health screening no ha enti omo ba momboa na obi ampie maka se Ghana ni bia e was say at least once a year wo kon na check you say na be ya say wo develop kidney failure say wo develop cancer say wo develop sa yare body ni bia those non-communicable diseases are ubehun ntem because I are no say uhun ntem a yetimi so ano but say wo twen na ediko mu na ukọ a doctor for no be bie no maka say we dey bibie ni ho a yebetimi aye until dey ofie na ko wu debi yempenesa enti e was Ghana ni bia wo hwe we sichire wo mujamu say e kosora e de eno na de diabetes eba or blood pressure on be measure e be pre-hypertensive I say nyendru but you are almost there enti wo hu a ni a kire wo aduane a eni se wudi senior mekan no anadwe aduane no eno na e hadwen pa we free adwuma ba ye de banku kese ne nkrumankwa esi wanim na odwen say ya yo ye ku we free adwuma ba ye de banku kese ne nkrumankwa esi wanim na odwen say ya yo ye ku enti sa ni omani na ombe kyerɛkyerɛ sɛ na be ya obi a betimi ahwɛ na pomuden eso mami nka ni bebre say menya akwenya asa akasa enti nia badnia mede be almost yama omo be 8,000 beds at a time and nkukon ketenkete for ne de omunya 50 beds at a time enti sɛ nia nana kan no I say ye ma ahemfo ni bi nso bɛka ho because not only say omo on sase and sase no ho and then apart from that say nana ya ebe ye obi nso fe say say nana ya ene me so enye dwuma mintimi nye enti na ono so ede no ho agemu bi enti enye only nkukon ketenkete your livestock your different your vegetable production nana wo asase a you will be siesie ho near drilling borehole near the polytanks si ho na echese tomato si ne nkruma ni mako ni bibia na odo a no akoton wade enti no you were different categories enti meka cha Greek minister no be new register ama ahemfo a ompese omodi omo eje feed Ghana no enti medemano besi ha na ya twen say ye be won sem bisa ana say adwen bia obi pese oka no na eja na ye dia ba wiye medam asen.
Yo Ghana Mampeni ononyanfo John Dramani Mahama yede nasekese ene bema wo se wa hyehye yensem enuanom ni adofo sisi a Mampeni akasa wie one nasoafo aye krado se obi wasembisa ana adwenkyere efa Ghana memuo ene hyehye aban eye ne ho a ode beba na anu yi esefata no yede amano na mesre se yebe na yebe lisa ni ntino yebedi kan aginsembisa enum na Mampeni ni asoafo eyi ano yewia na se ebre wo na akonya bebe mu a na san agibia ka nti so obi wo ha no wo asembisa ana adwenkyere a yebesre se omme akasemu no na omisa nasem ebre no nti yebesre se ubetwa was
So my short story is that I must be invited wherever necessary so that I demonstrate why we have 3x plus 6 is equal to 21. And it's like, it is the reality. The negative crossing.
Now we now buy we abo modern on board busia ye. Na mwoti di Ghana yeti sika so so kwam Ghana yeti sika so so kwam de yen o timi di Ghana sika e de chechire oman katakrata be na ye be hu se sankofo no amawie ye sika no ye be hu so mutu ye sika ma ye
yo ya te
ona pese me bisa ban no
ye de anu ye beba yo answers ye tie
Your Excellency the President of the Republic, please allow me to stand on existing protocols. Your Excellency, firstly, I would like to thank you a lot for the nursing and midwifery training allowances that has been paid. Also, we are reliably informed that coming week, the allowances will be paid again. Also, we would like to thank you for the no-fee stress, which quite a good number of my colleagues have benefited from. His Excellency the President of the Republic, please, I am a student of the Nursing and Midwifery Training College, KOFORIDUA, and I would like to put some challenges across. Please, firstly, our school we are looking for a site for a new campus. Also, we also need school bus for our rotation services. We also need the expansion of our classroom blocks and our administration blocks, as we are looking forward to offer special courses in the Nursing and Midwifery Training College, KOFORIDUA. Lastly, I would also like to appeal to the President of the Republic that we need hostels. About 500 plus of our students live outside campus, and they are having issues with our landlords and our landladies. Lastly, I would like to say, Aban Papa Abba. Thank you, sir.
Going to be completed, and if it has any update on it, I'd like to know about it.
All right, thank you very much. So we'll take. All right, go ahead.
And also, yesterday, the president touched on railways that all the regional capitals are enjoying. I've lived in KOFORIDUA here for quite some time now, and I can confidently tell you that years past, all the railway here, the railway metals were removed, that there will not be any railway in KOFORIDUA again. So when is KOFORIDUA going to be started? And also, Mr. President, I'd like you to give me an opportunity to talk to you after the program. Thank you.
All right. So we'll take Yabeji as a missile chat war. I was I from one more. Yeah.
Mr. President. Mr. President, first of all, my name is Mike.
As a Mr. Bakope, you are entitled to just one question.
Thank you, sir.
Just one, please.
Thank you, sir. My name is Mike Atay. We, the people of the Kobo land, thank you for giving us.
Please speak up. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. President.
Yeah,
my name is Mike Atay.
Go ahead, yeah.
From Somanya. We thank you for giving us a Kobo woman as our regional minister for the first place. Mr. President, our problem is about the unemployment rate in the country. And we, the people in the Union of Kobo, have a vast land for cultivation of mango. So we are urging you, before you will leave in office, to create an industry for we, the people in the Kobo land, as a mango juice processing factory. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. So the President would answer these 5 questions, after which we'll take another round of questioning.
Nedikai, Minya, retired teacher. I was inviting on not sure the theory of x times x equal to a deba pi r squared ne triangle. And so, New can say, I was say yama yadrin and call on foundational learning, because I say which are padana it's like nature say nadrin ayeho, and you must go to foundational learning. Now foundational learning they say, and for that there are 3 important things that they need to have. One is literacy. I just say I was so timid kind. He must be able to read. By the time the child leaves class 6, he must be able to read. Then the second is numeracy. Numeracy, the child should be able to work with figures. And I just say arithmetic, also otimi eye. Then the third one is critical thinking. Your friend, critical thinking. Those are the 3 important things that a child must have before they leave primary school. Now say things that a child must have before they leave primary school. Now say nya sadia no na obedru senior high school. Now we are free saying a foundation no anye ye concrete and komu ye. Enti bibia obesi wasubia engina. Enti what you're saying is right. Enti yani education for akasa. To see how we want, and yet Ghana Hankwa is a problem across all Africa. And menya invitation from Nigeria, Obebia, a friend Obiageli Ezekwezili, no Ejma or World Bank. I just said, all this are foundational learning. No, Ato Niso says she wants to help to fix foundational learning in Africa. In Chebia, you be a big conference for foundational learning. Ewo Ghana. Na ya tun safre Africa fo nyina na abehwe se ne betutu nyoma yɛbɛtumi ama yɛn nkwadaa no from primary school ɔmbɛtumi anya the 3 important ingredients a ɔmo de bɛtoa ɔmo eyi so na say oral ɛyɛ nea me nua no bisaeɛ ɛyɛ very important sɛ nipa ɛde ne trust ɛhyɛ wo mu a ɛwɔ sɛ wotumi bu ho nkontaa enti na me say this will be an accountable government enti ɔmo yɛ adwuma ɛwɔ aban mu nyinaa maka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ wokɔyɛ eyi na wonya wo scandal a ɛno deɛ membe jantoame menkɔ nana bia hɔ nka sɛ o bɛsrɛ president ma me ɛno deɛ sɛ special prosecutor anaasɛ iyoko deɛ sɛ nnwom bi aba iyoko kokoko ba na ɛde wo kɔ a menkɔfrɛ nana bia sɛ ɔmbɛpa makyɛw enti yɛbɔ yɛ sika ho ban ɛnso nea ɛka no nso ne sɛ ɔmo a ɛkyɛ sɛ yɛde tumi hyɛ ɔmo nsa a ɛkyɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ yɛ sika sɛm basaa no ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo so yɛtwe ɔmo aso sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a ɔkyena bi obiara bɛhu sɛ woyɛ saa yɛbɛtwe wɔn aso enti investigations na ɛkɔ so mene wo ka sɛ yi yɛwɔ cases bɛyɛ 7 a ɛwɔ court but yɛ investigate awie a yɛde akɔ court no mepɛ sɛ court ne tie nsɛm na ntɛm ɛnso mentumi nkɔtena court hɔ ɛnka kyerɛ judge sɛ asɛm no wɔyɛ akyɛ yɛ ne ntɛm mentumi yes sir because wohwɛ a yɛwɔ separation of powers me na meyɛ executive ɔmo na ɛyɛ judiciary ɛnso yɛne chief justice akasa sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a ɔne ne judge fɔ no bɛtumi ahwɛ na ɛkyerɛ sɛ cases no ɔmo tie ne ntɛm na sɛ nipa ne defo a na yɛnim nea ɛbɛyɛ no so odi bem so a na ɛgya no na ɔkɔ ne baabi enti investigations ne deɛ ɛkɔ so a ɛkyerɛ sɛ mene wo ka sɛ ɛbɛyɛ 7 cases wɔ hɔ ɔma prepare bɛyɛ another 5 or 6 cases a ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛno nso bɛkɔ court but yɛyɛ democracy nti a yɛwɔ constitution we anka Rawlings abrɛ so PNDC time ɛno ane sɛ yɛakɔkyerɛ ɔmu nyinaa ne yɛde ɔmo atom ne aka sɛ kyerɛ yɛ adekoro nti a wobɛtumi aka sɛ saa asɛm yi ɛnyɛ wo na woyɛɛ ɛno yɛfrɛ no prove your innocence before we release you ɛno soja ban bɛtumi ayɛ ɛnso democratic government say you are innocent until you are proven guilty ɛno so yɛ constitution asɛm na mekɔgyina Black Star Square mode sika no hyɛ me nsa mesrae sɛ constitution no mɛdi so enti even though me ankasa menyaeɛ anka mɛkyɛ ɔmu nyinaa akɔtom na ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo aka sɛ ɔmo di fo anaasɛ ɔmo di bem ɛnso constitution ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtie ɔmo asɛm na yɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo di fo a ansa na yɛatwe ɔmo aso nti wei deɛ mɛsrɛ mo munya abotrɛ na judges no nyɛ ɔmo adwuma me nua ba a ɔkasaeɛ no from KOFORIDUA midwife school ɛno mɛsrɛ regional minister ne yɛ nananom ahemfo ɔsɛ ɔmo hia site for ɔmo new campus ɛno deɛ ɛwɔ mmoa mo nsɛm nti ɛno meyɛ ho hwɛ ɛnyɛ yie nso ɛm sɛ regional minister ɛne nana mobɛhwɛ na sɛ asase bi wɔ hɔ a no atwa ama ɔmo na ɔmo astate ɔmo new campus ɛnso nneɛma aka no ɛmi de sɛ ɔsɛ ɔmo allowances ne ba sɛ alawa aba foforɔ no so arrears no so ba nti ɛnkyɛ biara ɛnkyɛ biara mo nsa bɛka afei no fee stress policy no aboa mmabunu bebree efi sɛ wɔhwɛ a Ghana yɛwɔ free compulsory universal basic education nti ɛkyerɛ sɛ sɛ wokɔ public school ɛwɔ Ghana ha basic school a wontua hwee ɛna afei yɛde free SHS nso aba nti wokɔ secondary school a wontua hwee nti awofo no ɔmo ntua hwee saa na abɔfra no akɔ paase ɔkɔ nursing training college anaa ɔkɔ college of education anaa ɔkɔ university suddenly ne yɛ sɛ betua sei ɛtɔ de bi a ebinom ɔmo nya sika ntimi ntua nti Yehu cases bebrea. Say, and Quadano, when you admission, but when to me, uncle, because I often need to me in yes, camano. And say, you find no fee stress policy. So the first year, no, Obebano Quine na wako without stressing about fees. During the first year, no, Obe apply for student loan. There was student loan trust fund plus. And no, what to me, to say, now the 12 fees in a. Uye na unye juma no asate tu asa unye juma untu ahwe enti by second year no obetimi afa student loan no e de tua ni fees enti eno ekosu ye enso yenua keto obebusa you know na kukudura odi bebisa enti enyoma aka no yes school bus classroom any hostel. I know me wa huntu mi enti me shemobo say school bus no enche mo sabeka and a classroom ni mango growers no mukabum na muye mukuobi se mo pese mo ba na mo beje bosia no na mo de process mo mango na mo ba will help you to be able to put up the factory to produce the juice in terms of nature one
better was send me kan kai no ebre no etia yin nti ye betumi agency mbisa enum pe aka ho de ebesre mo amaka ne se Montre and someone no na mo family regional minister. Baby anu ye wo bia no ye bepe na ye de amanemo. Ye besre mo. Ye da ma se mate asesa.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. I respond to the name Abu Aishra Kosia, a student of Ghana Senior High School, Ifijasi.
Please speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Yeah.
I would like to say thank you to Your Excellency for making sure we are well taken care of and well fed in our schools. Your Excellency, I am a young girl in the senior high school, studying hard to get to the tertiary level, complete and finally face life. But here is the case where, in most workplaces, men are given more opportunities than women. I would like to ask Your Excellency how you would help bridge that gap, because when women are given opportunities, they deliver. An example is Honorable Rita Akosia AJ Awati, Eastern Regional Minister.
Bono ekoye by enye KOFORIDUA nkwana matena maybe to say accreditation nwane ade me pese anka housing project me hu say wo touch housing project ohonom na I say bidding of going gone 600 500 a month ema yeko haso ho aye break ene bebi ade atibeto nte woni die mu a anka Accra housing project no anke betumi abatation nwane ade one na nanom betena ase nanka mpese wa mamboni akra behwe o nti na me bo ensem bi so say na station nwane ade no one na nanom betena ase se ne one electricity for ne tena ase na manka mabubu atakpa me na wo ni na
bacho bo wasa beto fa mai ebre ni nti o ti ya da se bebre wo pese adansie edoso yo yate o mampeni atina so do be yi ano emse be ma nanano mo kwan emomo de nsembisa ba ko mienu bi aba ansa na yato aso ana ka to kwaso
Ofrem Nana Sassaku, Manfihine.
Nana, Mr. Mawun, or Nisokaka.
Ofrem Nana Sassaku, the third, Manfihine, and the board chair Senate. Excellency Medasi, Papa, and some power Becca. Among the idea we share why na abwa for teacher workers. There's a threat that I'm seeing. Efba mebumso. Substance abuse and hard drug usage. Say nyamia dumni anshenia. Ade or how be brave. Honorable Parado, Debbie Nukase, about 6 out of 10 of the youth in secondary and tertiary institutions are using hard drugs. Na say yansha anya intervention bi share nduma pa pese we na nduma adwuma yefo benyesika na Senate contributions abana scheme no are sustainable no ahwe na anyeye na say beti no so 5 million opioid tablets NACOC actually obeti wo say how many 18 million whatever Mr. then
n'anim no nti yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ amonhwɛ yɛn na nso yɛntimi mmoa yɛn maabu no ɛsiane sɛ wɔn wɔdi akyi sɛ yɛama wɔn adwuma anyɛ a menyi ni sɛ obi koraa bɛkura yɛn akyi nyɛm na wɔakura yɛn atɛ ama yɛn nti yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ momboa yɛn na nkwalaa no a yɛde wɔn abrɛ mo no wɔnhwɛ
yana ne chance no e was on ye wie on ye wie yana ne wo bi ka
yo ya se na supem ye besre ebre ni nti ye betumi agensem bisa mienu pɛ aka ho nti mo amaka no ye besre se mo betena se na ɛhɔ no ada hɔ ama yen nti ye maame no mo ebi so no ɔmo kasa wie a na ye de nsɛmisa no aba wie ye da se bebre
se pa ye fɛ me Esther me to ade wɔ KOFORIDUA Central Market medical da wase pa che se oba ye adwadifo de first no kane aban no se ye ko adwa me fa so kra 10,000 a wo to ade kiti na o sika ne nyina asa ebi wo gya shop ho ade ya fresh ne ma ne ya to so sa ade ne 1,000 a ya se 1,500 na ada ne oni store ra no ntokwa oba ye wo betete ne ama so ama ye adwadifo se ye kra sika kakra bi a ye to ne ma bebre nti yada wasi bebre ne atoso me pa chow we Central Market so ba be si 24-hour economy na maye ti mesro say yesra wa da be ne be ba so
yada wasi bebre
ba chow ma no
ama pere be ma ba chow we ni asemisa etwa to yada wasi bebre ɛno so yɛ baako pɛ akonya baako pɛ na ɛda hɔ yo Adamonhwɛ akasamu no ma yɛnte deɛ ɔka no aha patɔkɔ
Okay, good afternoon, Your Excellency. My name is Abdurrahman Yunusa. I'm a Tongorian from KOFORIDUA here. I want to start respectfully by saying we know that we demand respect by testing the authority, and that same respect is denied when there's insecurity. KOFORIDUA Zongo has been one of the biggest contributors of NDC vote in Eastern region here. And for the past 9 years, to date, we have on Motorable Road, which is estimated to be around 2.5 kilometers from our town within all the inner road to KOFORIDUA here. And to date, no authority is doing anything about the road. I know my MC has done its best through our constituency chairman, Honorable Salasi. They've done all their best by contacting the Honorable Chief of Staff for our road to be put in shape, and to date, nothing has been done on it. Then my second question also goes to...
It should be our last question.
That's my last question. With regard to employment opportunity for our teaming youth in KOFORIDUA Zongo, which I'm also part of KOFORIDUA Zongo youth, all of us have been yearning for an opportunity to support the government, and to date, nothing has been done on it. Then let me also reiterate here, lastly, Zongo, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary, 52nd anniversary when we move from the new Zongo from the old Zongo to the current Zongo. We want to take this opportunity to Honorable Samson Kwakwa, Municipal Chief Executive, and our Chief and Imam, that we want to take this opportunity informally to invite the President, which is going to happen on the 12th of June this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. My daughter from one of the schools asked about gender discrimination when they finish school and they are looking for jobs. It looks like the males have more advantage than the females. It is part of what we are fighting, that a female with the same qualifications is just as capable as a male with the same qualifications. And I know that up to now, a lot of our girls face a lot of discrimination when they're looking for jobs. And one of the worst things, and I think that we should pass a bill to make it very punishable, is that sometimes if the employer or the person responsible for employing is a male, they demand some romantic relationship before they give them jobs. It's unacceptable, it must stop. It's unacceptable, it must stop. And I think that we must take a firm line on that thing. I mean, if anybody does that, there should be a law that deals with them very strongly. But like I said, we must open up the space to our daughters. The girls are our daughters. The boys are our sons. And they are all entitled to the inheritance of our country. They are all citizens. So they must all have equal opportunity. I must say that with time, things seem to be changing, because I've gone to the workplaces. I was talking of these young girls in Gridco and other places. When I go on inspection on the big push roads with the Honorable Minister of Roads and Highways, some of the young civil engineers who are the engineers on site are girls, are women. And I find it very admirable when I see the girls doing those kinds of jobs. So several times I call them and I take a memorable picture with them, you know, so that they'll keep it as a memory of encouragement to their daughters too. And so we'll continue to do everything possible to make sure that we create equal opportunity for girls. We already have the affirmative action law, which we are enjoined to apply. And so we're going to work to make sure that we are able to achieve the targets. It says that in public appointments by end of 2028, we should be able to achieve a 50-50 parity of men and women in public appointments. It's a tough call, but we will work at it. I think the qualified women are there, and so we should just take away our mental block and see them as equal partners in terms of moving this country forward. The other question I talked about housing. Housing is one area that is a major challenge for most Ghanaians. And so landlords take advantage of it and ask for 2 years rent advance, outrageous amounts of money. We're going to start some major housing projects, but we've also identified some housing projects the previous government started and didn't finish. And so we've asked the consultants to scope them so that we can finish them and distribute them to Ghanaians. There is also the Saglemi housing. The Ministry of Works and Housing is finalizing the contract. There's a private sector company that is taking it over and going to finish it. And once they finish it, they'll make it available to the general public to either purchase or rent as far as they can see. And so we'll do that. There's also a district housing project coming. I'm coming in May, on May 9th, to Kumasi to cut sod for the Green Garden City project. It is a new project on the outskirts of Kumasi that will give different kinds of houses, and so people can buy and live in. You can also use a mortgage. We're saying that if you have, let's say, 20 years of your working life to go, and you can afford a moderate unit, you can take a mortgage. We're working with one of the banks. You can go there, take a mortgage, they'll pay for the house, you can live in it, and then we'll deduct it from your salary little by little over 20 years. By the time you go on retirement, you own the apartment or the house yourself. Substance abuse, and I thank Mafeini for asking that question. It's a very serious problem. Gradually, our young people are becoming affected by substance abuse. That is, they say there's something called RED, and then tramadol and all that. I held a meeting in my office with all the organizations involved, NACOC, Customs, Preventive, the Ghana Police Service, all of them. We brought them to my conference room, and we asked them to take a very tough stance to make sure that these drugs are not coming into the country. Since that meeting, we have busted so many containers. Apparently, it was an illicit transaction that was going on. People were bringing it in containers, 40-footer containers, and they have their distributors in the regions who come and take it and distribute it. And so we've managed to confiscate several containers full and destroyed the drugs. But you still have some smuggling in smaller quantities coming from our neighboring countries and all that. We'll continue to work to make sure that these drugs don't enter our country. But we need the help of our traditional rulers too. In some of the areas where they've had a major problem, what they have done is the traditional rulers have formed task forces. They know the people who live in the community. They know who are the drug pushers. And so where they've set up those task forces, they get intelligence, they go and raid somebody's house, and they find the tramadol there where they are the distributor, and they keep distributing it. So Nananum, if it's a major problem in your traditional area, work with your local police, form a task force, and let them be the ones to police the society and arrest those who are the ones who are distributing the drugs. Those young people know them. They know who are the ones distributing the drugs. If you form a task force and you work with the police, they will arrest them and prosecute them for illegal possession of psychotropic drug. It is on our books. It's a crime. Illegal possession or promotion of psychotropic drug is a criminal offense. And so if you help us with the task force and the police, we'll be able to arrest these people who are pushing the drugs, and then we'll go and put them in KOFORIDUA prison. By the time they stay there for 2 years or 3 years, I'm sure they'll come out reformed. With regards to allowance for chiefs, we recently tripled the allowances for our paramount chiefs and paramount queen mothers. I know that divisional chiefs and divisional queen mothers have been advocating, but because of the size of their numbers, it makes it very difficult to to come down to that level. But I can assure you, as the economy expands, the way the economy is growing, maybe in the very near future, it will be able to also bring you divisional chiefs and queen mothers into the fold. But for now, we've tripled what we give to our paramount chiefs and our paramount queen mothers so that at least they can be able to meet some of the little expenses that they go to in maintaining their traditional areas. With regards to protocol, it's a very tricky question because I swore the oath to do justice to all manner of Ghanaians. And so when you ask me about a protocol list, you're asking me to give preference to some people over some people. But of course, I know that there are these little traditions. A chief has a son or something and wants a job for his son. You cannot refuse him. But we should do it in a way that doesn't discourage our young people. A lot of our young people say now it's who you know. It's not what you know. And so we must see how to deal with it without discouraging, all our citizens. And so as for that one, I know if a chief or a prominent person or some party chairman or somebody has his son or his brother and he goes to the minister of education or this thing and says, oh, my son doesn't have a job. I mean, it's in our African tradition that you assist them, but we cannot make it systematic. And that is where the problem lies. Recently, for the security services recruitment, they brought a new AI app that doesn't know protocol. And so even though I hear there was a protocol list, the AI doesn't know who is protocol and who is no protocol. So it virtually rejected all the protocol, many of the protocol people, and there was a virtual uproar. But what I've said is that we should increase the numbers so that we can get more people in. And so we're doing 40,000 over 4 years. The ones that we've done this year are for 2025. And so we're going to take 2026, 2027, 2028. And so we'll take 10,000 each for all the security services, army, police, immigration, fire service, so that by the end of 2028, we would have taken 40,000 of our young people, and it will give more chance to as many of them as possible. The KOFORIDUA 24-hour market, I think it's Rose, regional minister, who will be able to answer that. But like the local government minister said, they've done all their procurement, everything, they've signed their contracts and all that. So I'm sure very soon your market will begin. And the last one is Zongo Town roads. I know that there's a project to do 5 kilometers of roads in every district. And the young man said that the Zongo Town roads are about 2.5 kilometers. And so if it is your wish to apply part of the 5 kilometers to the Zongo Town roads, I don't think that the minister has any objection. But if there are any other special roads, we are scoping a second batch of Big Push. And then we're also coming to do some feeder roads. And so if there are any special roads that need attention, we can put them under those other categories of road works. And then again, he talked about jobs for the people in the Zongos. I think that it's a good concern because we know that our Zongos are the deprived parts of our communities. And so if a parent is able to look after his child, even from that underprivileged background, and the child finishes school, it is normally very distressing when the child cannot get a job to do. And so I believe that we must take a look at that and see how we can help, our young brothers and sisters who come from the Zongos. Already we have done some. I remember the last time we were sending children to Cuba. We reserve a special quota for children from the Zongos, especially girls, so that they could go and train as medical professionals. We can do that kind of, little adjustments for underprivileged communities. And it won't only be the Zongos. There are other pockets of poverty in our country. We should be able to look at the social background of the child. And if the child has qualified, you see that this child comes from a very deprived background. We should be able to open opportunities for children like that. I think that brings
Mr. President, Mr. Martin Ejay is a gentleman on your right. He's the regional secretary of the Eastern Region Deaf Association, and also the disability desk coordinator for the NDC in the Asamankese district. He would like to know when your government will establish disability desks at the municipal, metropolitan, and district assembly level. He says that you made such a commitment last year, and he would like to have an update on where we are with that particular arrangement. Perhaps the local government minister may want to attend to that question.
When our promise to establish disability desk in all assemblies will be fulfilled? That's the question.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, even before that, you know you have increased the disability fund from 3% to 5%. From 3% to 5%. So right from last year when they were giving 263 million, this year, persons with disability are getting 438 million for 2026. And they will get same in 2027 continuously. But for the disability desk, every district has been charged. By Your Excellency, you know we are working on the reviewing of the Act 936. So all those things are going to be factored in. The Legislative Review Committee is almost done. And the decentralization policy, which cabinet is going to consider next, I don't know the next cabinet meeting, all are included in it. And once that is done, we will make it public. Thank you.
Local government minister, I better was able. And I'm not penny for the Jumedi no abbey yet. Inti Yebeye and Yamamiansa and Sana. Yedi Kaino, a young one this year, Unonyam for Marietta Blue. A baby a chimnoye are buying men for penny. To see idea on no 2 man penny for our Massam. But the Asida Bebremo, the Ronicano say, vote of thanks. We are. Yade empire ball a be free and for beba. Nayabo national anthem. We are the papa. Into your veterans after Unonyam for Marietta Blue. Now all the Asada Abbey.
Your Excellency, Chief of Staff, Ministers, MPs, senior government officials, Nananum, Nanahimanum. On behalf of everybody gathered here today, I'd like to say Ayuko to the regional minister and her team for a very well organized meeting. This resetting agenda tour has been extremely successful. You will all agree with me. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we all know, the people of Eastern Region all know how busy you are. But you've taken time off your busy schedule to come and meet us here today and to explain to us your vision of resetting Ghana. And a lot, and we are confident that Ghana is moving in the right direction. Single-digit inflation at 3.2, a stable currency, lower food prices, big push infrastructure everywhere, without borrowing, lower interest rates, SOEs are making profits, all this under your leadership. Your Excellency, I speak for myself, and I know I speak for my colleagues as well, that and we are really grateful for you giving us the opportunity to serve you and the people of Ghana. Honorable Chief of Staff, thank you for welcoming us into your region, which is my region as well. Your welcome address set the tone for what has been a very successful meeting today. Akasa for our speakers, my colleagues and friends, your presentations were excellent. They have taught us the important, positive, and practical methods you are using to deliver for the people of Ghana. Maya dear pa, Nyamisha Mubibre. Nananum, Ninana, Emma. Thank you for blessing us with your colorful entourage, for your remarks, for your words of wisdom. We are extremely grateful for your presence here today. Finally, to all our participants, without you, this meeting would not have been a success. For your insightful contributions, for your probing questions, we are really grateful. But this is not the end. As the minister said, if you have any other questions, those who could not speak, please write them down and send them to him. Without your voice, we cannot build the Ghana that we want. So your voice is very important. Finally, we thank the Almighty God for being with us today, for bringing this meeting to a successful end. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Yo, yada si bebre. Yabeto nsa frɛ regional chief imam.